All right, guys, we are hanging out here backstage at the Daughtry concert with Cavo. How are you guys doing?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having us.
No problem. Could I have you guys personally introduce yourself to our viewers?
Great. Hey, I'm Brian.
I'm Chad.
I'm Casey.
I'm Chris.
Nice name, by the way. I'm Brian as well. So, all right, two Brians in the same interview. Good taste, yeah. Tell me the story of how you guys came together.
Chris and Chad were a band, and they had another bass player, and they fired their singer, and they were practicing out at my friend's studio, and I would go out there and try to write with my friend, and I heard them out there playing, and it would every day, and I was like, who's that band, and why is there nobody singing? And they were like, he's like, well, they fired the singer. I'm like, I'm a singer looking for a band. So long story short, connection was made. I tried out. They took me to a sweet meal of Taco Bell and made me pay for it and asked me to be in the band.
I saw in a couple places your first single went to #1. How does that feel?
Oh, it feels great. Obviously, you know, we're the type of band that we really, until like our manager calls us up and tells us where the song's at. You know, last thing we knew it was like in the 30s or whatever. We're not chart followers, but once they did tell us, it was like, wow, 4 guys sitting in the basement writing a song. It took 15 minutes to write. Basically, went #1.
And what do you think makes your music and your band unique?
Brian comes in and he starts actually. He improved upon the ability to write, so we could all sit in the same room and write. And on top of that, he had ideas, and he was a stud player. So he was playing parts that were filling out. Well, he was.
Is that the proper definition?
It's in the book.
It's in the book.
It's in the rock. It's in the Rockstar Handbook. I'm sorry, I wouldn't have said it, but I read it in the book, dude. Come on. So Brian was a really nifty player. And he could come in. No, he came in and he could play parts that would like fill out the sound almost all by himself. So what it did was it made Chad have to step up to write better parts, and then it left Chris open to actually explore the space. Starting
out, you obviously a small band. Are there problems financially? You know, you have to drive yourself around. How do you overcome those challenges? And what challenges did you guys face?
I think we fell into the same type of potholes that every band falls into. It's like one of those things where you decide to do music for a living and there's no road back, so you have to choose it. And like, for instance, I know Chris, he was a good cook, and like a lot of places that he worked say, do you want to manage, or he could have moved up, but he couldn't because he had to make time for the band. So that's a big sacrifice, a big pothole that you got to face is being in a band, is taking it and saying, okay, music is gonna be my life. So everything else kind of has to, and your family has to understand that too, And so you got to find people that really understand you.
What has it been like touring with Daughtry, and what is the transformation from smaller tours, we're in a van, to now in a tour bus playing arenas?
I mean, right off the bat, it was just the scale of everything was just, it was massive. Everything was 3 times as big, and then we walked on stage and all those people. It was one of the coolest things ever, because it's like you're used to playing to like maybe a fourth of that. All of a sudden you walk out and like in the middle of one song they kick on all the lights, so it's the light show, and you're like, oh my god, like they're everywhere. It's like it's crazy, dude.
Did you get nervous?
Actually I did. I didn't actually get to walk on stage. I crawled on stage because I
had to be dragged on stage.
I actually went underneath stuff to get to my riser.
You guys ever have any embarrassing moments on tour?
I walked out on stage and somebody put a water in the coil of my mic cord. So as soon as I grabbed my mic, I didn't see it and it was opened. I pulled it and I walked back to the drums, and I knocked the water all over the stage. So the song's about to start, and like when it kicks in, I jumped up and I came down. As soon as I hit the stage, I was just boom! The first time in front of a major crowd, and I fell right on my back, dude. I was laying there like, oh my god! So I just laid there for like a half a minute and then got up.
What kind of crazy fan experiences do you guys have out here?
We really honestly can't say much. You'd have to ask single man over there.
You guys are the ones with the fans.
No, he's the one. I don't think.
With the fans.
I've had a few crazy people. You get out there and you just, there's a level of naiveness that you have when you walk out there, because you think you can read everybody's personality. She's nice, but then a week later you start you're in the van at midnight arguing with some girl you met 3 hours in your entire lifetime, yelling at you for like doing what just happened? Why is this girl act like I've been married to her for 30 days? Or in another country. Yeah, it just.
What exactly happened here?
I'll tell part of the story. He met a girl, and she came to one of our shows, and within being there for like an hour, he had known her like literally face to face for less than a day, and she's cornering each of us like, is Chad? What does Chad do? Is he a nice guy? Cornering us and like drilling us with questions, and I'm like, Like, what? I'm like,
Security.
yeah, I know. I'm like, whoa. Dude. I'm like, maybe these are the questions you should be asking Chad. And I'm like, leave me alone.
Not my relationship.
I know. She scared me. I couldn't imagine what she did to Chad 'cause she scared the crap out of me, dude.
Yeah, she's scared. I'll just leave this. I actually went somewhere in public with her, and I left. And I left in the middle of it. Like it was more of a trip type thing, and it wasn't working. I just kind of left her in the wood. You know what I mean? I don't really want to get details. Left her out there, so to speak. Not literally, but
Took her out in the public in the woods.
Public in the woods. That made no sense. No, but it's like you're gonna
out
get
there somewhere.
So yeah, I recently changed my phone number and I started from scratch.
It's not all fun and games.
That's fun, but it gets a little crazy every once in a while if you slip and let it go.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it.
All right, I'll wrap it up here. These are a couple fun ones. I would never.
I always
Right to you.
never go on vacation with a girl I meet on the road. Try anything once, obviously. Okay. I'll never, ever kiss anybody from the city of Tampa.
Why not?
I don't trust those girls. I don't trust those girls.
How many stories do you have?
Oh wow.
We'll leave it at that. I just girls at Tampa don't ever come bother me. Just come see.
I don't know if
me.
I can let this one go. What's he talking about?
I can't.
I would never for you. I would never do this.
Make his mistake.
I would never do as Chad does. I would do as he says.
I'm blanking. All I can think about is that now. So I'm
I know,
I'm about to go.
all I can think about.
All I can think about is Tampa. So yeah, I would never kiss anybody from Tampa.
Yeah, I would.
I got it. This is driving me nuts here.
Off camera, maybe. I get the
Story. Any guilty pleasures in the band? Any Miley Cyrus, Taylor Swift, anything like that going on here?
Chad.
Cliche, and what else do you have on yours? Lady Gaga.
Never can let that go. Yeah, I had Nick Lachey in my iPod a while back, and I got in a lot of trouble for it.
He got in more trouble when he was working out, and I was like, "What do you listen to?" It was Lady Gaga. Poker face. He's like, lift away.
When he went like third row to do a Nick Lachey concert. I mean, come on.
Come on, throw me a bone here. Didn't go solo. I didn't go with the girls from Tampa Bay. All right.
All right, I'm done. I'll leave you alone. Okay.
Send those that way. And this way.
Any guilty pleasures?
It always comes back to Tampa Bay.
Don't worry, there's plenty more where that came from. Come with me behind the scenes, backstage, and onto the tour bus to meet your favorite stars. We are backstage with Slipknot. We are on the tour bus with the Academias. I'll ask questions you've never heard before and show you the answers you won't find anywhere else. You said you're a Justin Timberlake fan.
No.
Maybe that wasn't you? What do you like about Katy Perry?
Everything.
Happy birthday, dear Brian.
Huge meaning or self-defining sort of thing.
I think we just lost one of our interviews. Rate, comment, and subscribe for new videos every week. Reporting for YouTube, I'm Brian O'Dell. I'm the reason you go on tour.
You're the reason I'm here, baby.